All right, here we go. Question number 9 from our 0314 homework number 3 in MyLab Math. And the instructions say multiply. So what do we have here? We have 5b minus 3. That's two terms. So that's a binomial. We have 6b plus 5. Again, two terms. That's a binomial. And so here we have a binomial times a binomial. And that indicates the FOIL method. And so if you've never heard of FOIL, what that stands for, it stands for first, outside, inside, last. When you're multiplying a binomial times a binomial, we're going to bring in the FOIL method. And so one of the ways I like to say this to help me remember, when they're both bi, you got to F it up, okay? When they're both binomials, you got to FOIL it. So here we go. First, we're going to multiply 5b times 6b. And just like in the previous two examples, we know that when we multiply terms together, it's a two-step process. You're going to multiply the coefficients. 5 times 6 is 30. And if the letters are the same, add their powers. So b to the 1 and b to the 1, that's going to be b squared. And that's the first terms done. Okay, let's label that. Those are the first. Next, we're going to do the outside terms. 5b times 5. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25. Whoops, why did I write a b? B to the 1, this 5 doesn't have a b, so the b is going to come along for the ride. And that's the outside. Next, we're going to do the inside. Right here on the inside, and that's going to be negative 3 times 6, which is negative 18. B, and this 3 doesn't have a b, so the b is going to come along for the ride from the 6b. And then finally, last but not least, we have the constants. These are the last ones we're going to do. That's negative 3 times 5 makes a negative 15. All right, so does everybody see what just happened there? This was from the first, outside, inside, and last, and that's the FOIL method. And I think before I finish this up, I'd like to point out that the FOIL method really, basically, it's just the distributive property, okay? So if you look at what happened with the 5b, we did 5b times 6b, and then the 5b times the 5. In other words, we took the 5b and distributed to both terms here. And then we took the negative 3 and did the distributive property. We did the negative 3 times 6b and the negative 3 times 5. So the FOIL really is just a fancy way of doing distributive property. All right, so now to finish this problem, if you have any like terms, they need to be combined. So the 30b squared comes down. There are no other b squareds. I've got a 25b minus an 18b. And if it's okay with you, I'm going to check that with the calculator. 25 minus 18 is 7. So that's going to be plus 7b. And the minus 15 is the constant. There are no other constants. That should be my final answer. And let's check it. 30b squared plus 7b minus 15. And there you go. All right, so I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.